A judge has dismissed a shareholder lawsuit that alleged that Tesla had made misleading statements exaggerating the capabilities of its self-driving systems. And this is where I feel like I'm about to go off script, and we're about to talk a little bit more about a personal, thought that I've had many times. The legal system seems broken, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
It seems broken. It feels like...
How do you fix it, though?
It feels like there needs to be like a common sense filter sometimes, where the argument could be, hey, we're Coca-Cola. Yeah, we hired death squads, but it was outside of your jurisdiction. So what? What are you going to do about it? That's an actual thing that happened. So there you go. Their defense literally wasn't that they didn't do it. It was that it's outside your jurisdiction, so you can't charge us for it. That was the defense. And
Amazing.
I feel like we need a common sense.
Well, something that I genuinely don't understand about this is the whole Red Bull gives you wings thing.
Yeah.
Like, they had to add the, Red Bull doesn't actually give you wings.
Yeah.
And, there's more of those. It's not just Red Bull. It's, a bunch of different things. Isn't it like Skittles doesn't actually show a rainbow, and they have to, clarify that?
And, McDonald's can't say, have you had your break today? Because nobody gets a break, and, not in this economy. You take a break so you could go do gig work.
Have you had your break today? Isn't it Kit Kat?
No, dude. No. Microsoft. McDonald's. Okay, when I was a child, that was their jingle. Have you had your break today?
Huh.
Yeah. Don't worry about it. And there was never any kind of litigation over that. I was making a really terrible reference to my childhood.
Yeah, but essentially, false advertising claims in the past, even ones that are obvious, have usually had to be clarified.
However,
so if they're just supposed to be fun, like the Red Bull thing, they still have to clarify.
And it's pretty clear that Tesla has repeatedly, and it's got to be knowingly at this point, misrepresented the capabilities of their autonomous driving feature. And I'm going to use the world's largest finger quotes. Actually, I'm going to need bigger finger quotes. Thank you. Those are much bigger finger quotes than mine. I appreciate that.
No problem.
However, the judge dismissed the lawsuit, and Tesla's lawyers, this is really important, Tesla's lawyers did not defend the claims that they had made on the grounds that they were true, right? So they, back to the Coca-Cola death squads, they're not defending themselves because we didn't do the thing that was bad. It's more about the loophole. It's about the technicality. Rather, they have claimed that these statements that were not true were merely corporate puffery. The lawyers argued that vague statements of corporate optimism are not objectively verifiable, and that no reasonable investor would rely on these statements.
How's Tesla stock doing again?
Actually, I think it's been on a tear lately. Don't quote me on that. I don't keep track of it. The judge, having sided with Tesla's lawyers, is therefore agreeing that a reasonable person would have seen CEO Elon Musk's statements as obvious bluster and exaggeration. I strongly disagree. I mean, how many times do we have to go through this whole, next year thing before it becomes pretty clear that it's not coming next year? I mean, it's been really interesting to watch the recent pivot to the fully autonomous robo-taxi project, when that's what was promised.
Yeah.
For each and every Tesla owner. I shouldn't say promised, because apparently it was puffered. That's what was puffered for each and every Tesla owner years ago, was that their car was going to make them money. Like their car was going to operate as a robo-taxi while they were at work, making them money. It was like an investment.
I found this website. I just found it now. I don't know how perfect it is. I've never looked at this website before, etc. But I think it's pretty fantastic, actually. It's called Mother Frunker. As in Frunk, and it's the full self-driving timeline. I just found this now. So it's different quotes about what the cars will be able to do, are going to end up with complete autonomy, and I think we will have complete autonomy in approximately 2 years from 2015 with the source.
Oh yeah, that was not 2 years ago.
You just go all the way down. I really consider
wow.
autonomous driving a solved problem. I think we are less than 2 years away from a complete autonomy, 2016.
6 months, definitely. That was back
2
in
years again
2016
here.
as well. You'll be able to fall asleep in a Tesla. Probably be able to deliver Teslas with autonomy in about a year. That's up to the regulators. Yeah, no, it isn't.
One of the funniest things
Dude, this
I
is
found...
wild.
This
I
is a
can't
cool
believe
way of
somebody.
viewing
Yeah,
this.
I can't believe somebody actually compiled all of this.
It might even be missing some. I have no idea. Like, I haven't looked at the site before. The thing that I found most entertaining about this actually is that they gave up at some point. They stopped tracking in 2022.
I mean, imagine your defense being if someone files a lawsuit calling you a liar who misled them and caused material damage to them. Imagine your defense being, well, obviously I lied. I lie all the time.
Me? Yeah.
How could you be stupid enough to believe me? Like, come on! I get that there are a handful of you that are Musk sycophants, and that's cool. You do you. But I stand behind the things that I do not appreciate about his approach to business. And lying about the capabilities of your products and misleading people, that is a scam. And scams are bad, and they are not something to be looked up to. And I don't know how to have a conversation with someone where we are not grounded in the same basic truth that being a shifty character is not good.
Yeah.
And that it's not to be applauded or respected.
Yeah.
It's actually bad. We can appreciate good things that someone accomplished, but we don't have to respect the extremely shady behavior that they engage in. Yeah. Cool. So anyway, I don't know how to reconcile this, to your point, with the other false advertising precedent that has been set over the years.
And like it's a bit of a, I don't know. It's an interesting line because puffery could make sense. Like if you're like, oh, this thing is amazing, blah, 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 and it's just okay. Like that's how I think puffery should be used.
Exaggerated or false praise. You know, if...
exaggerated, I think, could be okay.
Okay.
False, I don't think is okay.
No, false praise... Let me give you a context where false praise could be corporate puffery.
Okay.
So let's say... okay, I'm still CEO. Okay? Or hypothetical scenario.
Okay.
I'm up on stage in the Linus Sebastian Theater, you know, whatever. I'm talking about our latest innovation in... I don't know, lapel technology or whatever, collar technology.
Sure.
Okay. And I'm standing there and
Auto pop.
Anyway, so I'm talking about this great long sleeve shirt that's available on lttstore.com and our chief technical officer or whatever the heck your job is these days. I honestly don't even know. It doesn't matter. Walks up to the stage in like a scripted moment, shakes my hand and goes, "Man, Linus, you look better than in any other outfit I've ever seen." You know, that's false. That's false praise, you know? Like I think my birthday suit looks a lot better than this personally. And well, yeah. The point is that
Is that false praise? What if you actually thought that?
But what if you didn't? It doesn't really matter. This is clearly a scripted moment.
Unimportant.
Yeah, you are engaging with me in a way that could obviously be perceived to be just kind of corporate nonsense.
I'm not saying this shirt will have active cooling in 2 years.
Yeah. Or saying something along the lines of like, this is the most innovative shirt we've ever made.
Yeah, that's
just clearly exaggerated and it's puffy.
And it's kind of whatever.
And it's non-specific.
Doesn't really mean anything.
And I think that's one of the problems. And that's where, I think that's where someone like a Red Bull runs into trouble. They're making a very specific statement. Red Bull gives you wings, which even if you don't interpret it literally, you could interpret to mean that it makes you move faster, potentially. right? And it is an energy beverage. And so maybe, potentially there's methamphetamine in it. I don't know. You won't slow down. Like, you could actually misinterpret that. But that's the thing with the self-driving. These are not vague statements. Our self-driving technology is world leading. That's puffery. That's non-verifiable. It's non-objective.
But saying
go back to the thing for a sec.
Oh well, I left it. So give me a sec. I gotta find it.
Yeah, sure. This is specific. Go to some of the newer stuff, because the newer stuff ends up being a little. Oh my goodness, the newer stuff ends up being a bit more. Anyway, the point is,
why can't I?
It's a solved problem. Is a very specific statement. That doesn't mean, we're really confident our world-class team can solve this problem. That's puffery. You're talking up the capabilities of your team. You're engaging in the kind of thing that, if you said anything other than that, could be like, could be potentially seen as like bullying. Like, if you were to say anything other than, I have complete faith in my team to deliver on this amazing new technology. Like, if you were to like say that on a stage, I mean, that would be terrible. The optics would be terrible. So I could see corporate puffery as something that you have to say. You essentially have to say that you believe in your plan and that the team is engaged and moving forward with it. You don't have to say, let's see. It will be capable of level 5 autonomy by the end of this year. That is extremely specific. That's not puffery. That's just a lie.
And not only are you saying that, but you're saying it already has the hardware capability. Like, we can remotely deliver this feature to you in the thing that you already own if you buy it today. Like that type of stuff,
Corey is the name, says, can you think of any examples in which LTT has engaged in corporate puffery? Yeah.
Look at the store.
I think that there have been cases where we've had, nothing product specific, I don't think. But like I've definitely said things that are not necessarily true to the best of my knowledge, like particularly around someone like an ex-employee. I would always talk up what they've done really well. I would never talk about why we parted ways.
Whether it was good or bad, really.
Yeah, so in that case, it's more down to, confidentiality and professionalism. It's less puffery. It's not really marketing, though. Okay, so hold on. Have we ever pufferied in our marketing? You know what? I'm gonna throw this back to you guys. No, I don't think Trust Me Bro would count as puffery. I think we have, in good faith, taken the best possible care of anyone who's had a problem with our products. It's not always been the most timely. We're a small team. Our customer support is onshore. So we don't operate around the clock. Sometimes in particular when we have a long weekend or something. I'm sorry that our team gets long weekends.
Are videos a product?
I think videos are a product.
Thumbnails.
Is that puffery though? Because the puffery is here. What's puffery? Exaggerated or false praise though. It's not. It's praise specifically.
How is saying it will have full self-driving praise then?
Well, it's not. It's not puffery. That's the whole thing I'm mad about. That's not puffery at all. That's a specific statement about the capability of the product that could absolutely mislead an investor or a customer.
Okay, someone in Floatplane chat, I think, got it. There's two of them.
Yeah, they hit me on the world class thing. I knew that was coming. I knew world class was coming. I didn't want to address it. I will often, in fact, internally, the way that I'll refer to our team as world class is a bit of a meme.
Yeah.
We have a world class team in a literal sense. I don't actually think it's puffery. We compete with the best in the world in the tech media space. Tech entertainment, tech education. We are very, very competitive around the world. We are a world-class team. We have a global reach for our brand and for our content. We are a world-class team. However, a lot of the time, I use world-class, and we use world-class team in a verbally ironic manner internally. So, someone will leave the bathroom in a deplorable state.
I was gonna give the exact same example.
Pee all over the seat, pee all over the floor. What looks like it could be pee in the sink.
World class.
And the first thing that people will start talking about on Teams is world class.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's puffery, though. I think. Okay, yes, it can.
It is a little bit.
Yes, it can be. But verbal irony is also not puffery. In order to be puffery, it has to be seen as an earnest statement.
This is where like the lines get so blurry.
They do get blurry.
They get so blurry.
They do get blurry.
Someone also pointed out world-class employees don't have time to aim. Sorry, that was really funny.
They're busy making world-class videos.
Another one that was brought up by somebody was we have a great show for you today. A bunch of people have brought that one up.
Okay.
Introing Wan show.
Okay.
A great show for you.
Yeah.
We say it like every time.
Yeah, I think that is an example of puffery. Yeah, sometimes the show is going to be shit and we know it.
Yeah.
But like, it's not good salesmanship to say, yeah, we got nothing this week.
We've done it.
Which you're not wrong. I've found that some of those shows have been pretty good.
Sometimes they're yeah.
Yeah, you never know. It has less to do with the topics and it has more to do with like how much sleep either of us has had. And there's a Goldilocks zone. Because if we've had absolutely none, it's like, all right, getting on to our next topic. Yeah, I'm mad about that.
But if we're like,
yeah, but then like if we're really well rested, everything is pretty sane.
Yeah.
So there's this like,
you need a little bit of derangement.
Yeah, there's this magic zone where it's like we're not really running on quite enough sleep, and neither of us caffeinates, so we just start to get a little loopy.
I feel like the Japan show was like definitely one of those.
Oh, 100%. With our camera operator passed out behind the lens.
Yeah.
I was worried about him.
Yeah, me too. He's a tank.
Yeah. Okay, so you guys have definitely caught us on a couple of pufferys, but I think when it comes to our products, I don't think we puffery.
I feel like there's got to be some thumbnails.
Dude, thumbnails, I don't think thumbnails are puffery though. You don't exaggerate the praise.
Sure might.
You don't falsely praise or exaggerate the praise the video.
This is the best computer we've ever made.
It's perfect. It's unusable.
But it's perfect.
Yeah, but both of those are true. I think together, you can't say that's puffery. I mean, look, if Tesla was like, our autopilot is perfect, it's unusable, that would at least raise questions.
Yeah.
That would give them plausible deniability about the perfect statement.
All right. Last PC building guide you'll ever need?
That's not puffery.
If that's actually just true.
That is a factual statement. The first one got like 11 or 12 million views, and the comments are just full of like, I just built my PC using this guide.
I built a PC that can't fail?
Yeah. So it's a high availability PC cluster.
But it can't fail?
It can't. Can't fail.
Everything can fail.
Okay.
Is
all
it
right.
waterproof?
All right. That is a slight exaggeration. All right. You know what? You've got me.
It took a lot longer than I thought. We had to go back months. I thought it was going to be pretty quick. But the praise part makes it difficult.
Yeah.
Which I still don't understand because it wasn't, the Elon statements weren't praise.
No, they were just, here's what we're going to do. This is the plan.
It will have this feature on this timeline.
And if you can't believe the CEO of a company about the product roadmap, then who can you believe?
And I don't think you can ever believe anyone about any product timeline because no one actually knows. But like, I think there's also got to be some amount of a limit to things.